So this video is long overdue. As I was supposed to make this a couple of days ago, I wanted basically the inspiration and the words to say, so that's kind of what took me so long. So this is going to be attention to all of my new consultants, to anyone who just has joined the business, everyone who has been away from the business for a while. This goes for you too, or anybody who just wants to watch this video. This video is for everyone. I'm not specifying it for one specific set of people, but this video is for any and everybody who wants to watch it. So, hey, my name is Nyjah. I am a star level Scentsy consultant, and here I am. So, lots of things to talk about. If y'all want me to do the whole introductory thing, just watch my intro video. If not, I'll post my story later. But the purpose of this video is for all of my newer, returning, been off the game for a while, consultants. Reason being is because if you have a new teammate under you, this is good for y'all to watch as well. So let's just dive right into this, shall we? So a couple of things I want to talk about, other things, what to do and kind of what not to do when you get a new teammate under you and as that newer consultant. So it's going to be like a lot of information kind of crammed into a very short period of time. So for my when you're new, what to do, people. First things first, get to know your workstation. Utilize those steps that they give you. I want to say there are 5 or so steps that the workstation prompts you to do when you first start. Do that. Very, very, very important. That is very important for you to do when you very first start. If you have any issues with that, reach out to your sponsor, your upline, your director, anybody you feel comfortable with. Get with them if you need help with that. But that is the first thing you should do. Second thing you should do is to get to know your workstation. Get to know your PWS, which is your personal website. Get to know those things. What does that mean? Play with it. Log in every day and click on stuff. That's how you learn. That's how I learn. That's what works for me. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and drop that little nugget. Why am I telling you to do that? Because first of all, you want to know your workstation. Your workstation is the back end of the business. That is your side. That is you, the consultant. That is where all of your tools are at. That is where all your information is at. That is where you know who ordered from you. That is how you open and close your parties. That is how you update your information, how you enroll. And that's where everything is. That's where the consultant store is at. That is where everything is at. So now, if you have never looked at your workstation before and you're like, why are you telling me to look at something and I don't even know what that is? Your workstation is your workstation. I don't know how to describe it. It's your back office. It's workstation. I'm going to log in and show you what your workstation should look like when you first pull it up. This is what it'll look like. You'll have all of this information on it. They've updated it, of course. And then you're just going to play with it. I know that was kind of abrupt, but I'll show it to you guys later. But you get to know this workstation. On your workstation, it knows how much PRV you have made. It knows how much group you need to make. It knows what you need to do to earn your next promotion. Everything is here. Your dashboard, you can chat. Everything is here. When you hit the 3 little ellipses in the top corner, it brings you to this little page right here. Click on all of these. News tab is your friend. That is where you're going to find all of the latest tea. It is like the news. It is the news. It is where all your best information is going to come from. That is where you're going to go. That is the things you do. I've been in the game for about 3 years now, and I still play with the workstation. Still click on stuff. I still randomly type in words just to see what pops up. Trust me, it's going to be your best friend. Now, though, that was your workstation. Now we're going to talk about your PWS, which is a personal website. Why should you get to know your website? Why? Very simple. Because if you know the ins and outs of your website, when a customer is having an issue, you will be able to guide them without physically being there with them. So, easiest way to teach someone how to use something is to be on that page. Everyone should know this is what your PWS looks like. Scrolling, 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 scrolling. I might have clicked on something, but y'all get the point. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Click, 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 and play with everything. Why do I tell you to do that? Because how else are you supposed to learn? Now, the website that we have is fairly new. Fairly new. How is it fairly new? Why is it fairly new? Because they just updated it. So there were changes that happened that I noticed when it happened. I didn't get the information on my news tab like I could have if I would have clicked on news tab first, but I was actually on the website when I noticed the change. So if you're on your news tab, not your news tab, on your PWS, you are going to click on your menu button. It's going to bring you here. This is everything you need. This is your know-to. This is your know-how. This is everything you need. This is where your sales are going to come from. You need to know your website, because if you call me and you're like, hey, I can't find the clearance section and there's no banner for clearance, because sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. So if there's no banner for clearance, I will literally tell you, okay, what page are you looking at when you're on the website? If you tell me, oh, I see like this home screen Beauty and the Beast page and stuff like that, I'm going to tell you to click that. I'm going to tell you where to scroll. I'm going to tell you what to click on. 99% of the time, when anybody ever calls me with the issue when they can't find something, I am literally doing it with them. Hands down, I'm doing it with them so that I know that I'm giving you the proper information. So that I know I just gave you the goods, right? I gave you what you asked for. So that moving forward, you know that, oh, she knows what she's talking about. And then if I didn't know where it was, I just found it with you, right? So boom. That's why I play with it. That's why I tell everybody to get to know your PWS, get to know your workstation, because that is where you will find all of your information. Your PWS and your workstation, two very important things to do. Boom. Now we're going to fast forward. You're in the business, you got your kit, and you're trying to figure out what to do with all of this stuff. Scentsy provides us with lots of stuff. One thing I do want to say is get the quick start guide. I believe it is the training guide. I'm going to put my name on. I'm going to put it in I'm going to think about it. I have it somewhere. I can't think about where it is offhand. So let me see if I can find it for you. But get the guide. There's a training guide that will tell you about all the products. It's epic. It's awesome. I love it. If you do not have it, it should be available to you on your workstation. I will find it and I will assist you in finding it if you cannot find it, but I will find it for you if you cannot find it. Again, I believe I have it at every catalog season. If I'm not mistaken, a new one comes out. Every catalog season, a new one has to come out because new product comes out and you have to know how to sell the product, work the product, all that fun jazz, right? So now, boom, you've read that, right? So now you're trying to attract customers. This is new to you. You're like, what do I do? Like, okay, I have this business in my lap. I have these tools. What do I do with them? One, take a deep breath. Why do you need to take a deep breath? Because this is a lot of information that you just got. In this box, you literally have the best opportunity sitting in front of you, but now you have to know how to utilize it. So you're going to want to do things that you see other people do. You're going to want to do things that you see other people producing. You're going to want to do things that you see your sponsor doing. You're going to want to do things that you see your director doing. You're going to want to do all of the things that you see other people doing. Why are you going to want to do those things? Because to you, those are the things to make you successful. Those are the things to make you make money. Yes, that works for that person. I learned a very long time ago not to do what I see other people do. How did I learn that lovely lesson? I'm glad you asked. It's called crash and burn. I wanted to do everything that I'd seen everybody else doing. And I hit a brick wall so fast, so hard. I thought this was the hardest business I've ever worked in my entire life, because what I've seen other people doing was not working for me. And I felt that, this is when I first started, I felt that I needed to do all of the things that I seen everybody doing, because that's how you make money. No ma'am, no sir, no Pam, no ham, no how. That is not it. You do what makes you comfortable. You do what is in your means to do. You do what you can. You do your very best. You put your name out there. You put your stamp on it, and you leave it. And you wish and pray for the best. Why do I say it like that? Because when you want to start something new, you got to figure out where to start. Write it down. Write down all your ideas. And I'm not saying that the ideas that you see other people do are bad, but those ideas might not work for you. What they're doing might not be your peanut butter and jelly. What they're doing might not be your cup of tea. So, excuse me, you got to do what works for you. When I started this business, I used to handwrite all of my sample cards on index cards. I think I showed a video of it. I don't feel like reaching for it, so I'm not going to show it today. But if y'all really want to see it, drop it in the comments. I'll take a picture and I'll post it. But I used to write my cards out. Every single word for word on the ingredients and the disclosure. Everything in this little box right here, I used to handwrite. Everything I handwritten. With me and my wife, we would sit there and write for days and days and days and days, because I felt like I had to make samples of everything that I had in my hands. I felt like I had to make a sample of it. And that obviously came with me writing tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of cards. I'm very happy we now have a sample group, and I can print things like this. I don't have to write everything. I reached and I thought I was grabbing what I needed to grab, and pew, that didn't work for me. So I reached again and I thought I was grabbing what I needed to grab, and pew, that didn't work for me. So I had to reevaluate a whole lot when I first started this business. But it does get overwhelming. So here's what you do. Write your ideas down first. Write them down. Talk to your sponsor, talk to your director, talk to your upline, talk to your sponsor, talk to your neighbors, talk to the people on your team. Talk to anybody you can talk to, because you got to get it out somehow, right? I'm a firm believer in writing things down. I write down everything. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 5 Post-its in my 6, 7. There's about 7 different Post-its in my immediate area. Some things I did, some things I didn't do, some things I don't need to worry about. Some things are a constant reminder of what I cycle through all the time. I have books. I have scrap paper. Anything that I can find a note to write down on, I write it down. Why should you write it down? Why is writing it down important? Because it gets it out here and it puts it down to where you can visually see it. So, for example, you just got your kit and you don't know what to do. So you run through a bajillion ideas of all of the things that you can do. Write those bajillion ideas down. It doesn't have to look like English. It doesn't have to make sense, but it just has to get from here to a piece of paper. Then you take those bajillion ideas and if you're new, I want you to talk to your sponsor. If I'm your sponsor, I want you to talk to me. Even if you're not new and this is like, oh my God, I should have done this. Even if I'm your sponsor, I still want you to talk to me. And if I'm not your sponsor and you want to talk to me, I'm still here to talk to you. I'm definitely willing to help if you want the help. Write it down, get it out, make a plan. Don't just, some people can do this. This doesn't work well for me. Don't just do things. Do things with intention. Don't just say, I'm going to create 62 sample packs and just hand them out. Hand them out to who? Yeah, you want to hand them out to everybody, but you want to hand them out with intention. You don't want to just have this sample pack and you're just like, here you go, 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 here you go. No, 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 no. Don't do that. You're not handing out free newspapers. Don't do that. You're not going to get anywhere with that. Hand it out. Have a conversation. Hey, you sell Scentsy? Or yeah, or start with your friends and family. Start with those closest to you. I know it sounds kind of corny. Oh my God, my people don't want to support me. Make them listen to you anyway. Make them listen to you because they're going to tell you whether you're right or wrong. Or at least my family does. They're going to tell you if, no, don't do that. Oh, no, yeah. Do that, and stick with that. And if what they want you to stick with makes you comfortable, mental note it, write it down, and stick with that. Here's why I say don't do that. You will see people spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours making samples, but you're not realizing they have a massive vendor event to go to. They have this massive event. They have something that they have to go to. You're just thinking, oh my God, they're going to make all these samples. No. I no longer make samples for no reason. I used to, right? Go figure. I used to make samples for absolutely no reason. And I used to get stuck with all these samples. I still think I have samples from like a year ago. I still think I have samples from like a year ago. But what do I do with them? I still give them out because they still smell good and they still work. They still serve a purpose. But don't get overwhelmed with the things. One thing I learned, not to get in all the Facebook groups at one time. Because that's where you're going to want to see all the things. And that is where you're going to want to do all the things. Am I saying do not join the Facebook groups? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, do not get into the Facebook groups and instantly think you have to do all of the things that you see everybody doing. Take some notes, test out a couple of theories, and push what works for you. There's lots of things you can do. And I'm not reading anything. I'm actually just looking down at the piece of paper to remember where my train of thought was supposed to go. Usually I have notes. So surprisingly, I don't have none. So yay, I'm winging it. I never do this. But usually you need to have a plan. So for example, I did have someone ask me, they feel like they don't know where to start. Where should they start? So I asked them, where do you want to start? Why am I asking you, where do you want to start? Because this is your business. I can't tell you where to start in your business. You have to figure out where you want to start at. So they want to start off with samples. Samples is really important in this business. Yes, the product is great, but you can't make a sample of a warmer, but I can give you a sample of wax. I can give you a sample of scent soak. I can give you a sample of lotion or body cream or body wash or laundry stuff. Those are things I can physically give you a sample of. I can suggest that if you love this wax sample that I gave you, but you're not too sure on the warmer, I can make suggestions for you like the bundle and saves and stuff like that. But how did I get you to bundle and save? Because I gave you a sample. This sample is going to be what is going to introduce the people to your business. A lot of people know Scentsy has wax and warmers. I had one lady email me the other day and she told me I didn't know Scentsy had all this other stuff. I was like, yeah. I gave her a couple of things here and there and stuff like that. I made a video on my thank you packs and my customer inquiry packs. So I gave her just a couple of things. It wasn't one of my big ones that I do. I gave her just a few items and she was very appreciative of it. But I also used everything that I had. In this business, we're taught to be very frugal. Like, we're not supposed to spend a lot of money in the beginning, or period. Scentsy money is made to buy Scentsy products. Like, that's what it's for. If you've ever listened to anything that Orville has told you, and anybody who just said, who's that? You're super new. That is your CEO. That is Papa Scentsy. That is Orville Thompson. He will always tell you. Your Scentsy money is for Scentsy things. Your family money is for family things. You will also see people who do this full time. Like, this is their jam. This is what they do. That's going to be me pretty soon. So I'm going to be really excited about that. But this is what they do because they learned from the error of their ways. They learned what to do, what not to do. Everyone's going to get there one day if you work for it. Is this business hard? Yes. Is this business easy? Yes. Is this business stressful? Yes. Is this business fun? Yes. Should you give up because you can't fix it or get it? No. Should you throw in the towel because you didn't reach your goal? No. We'll talk about goals in another video. But what should you do? Write down that same goal again. Write down the things that you did to reach it. Write down the things that you wanted to do to reach it. Write down the things that worked. Write down the things that didn't work. Y'all gonna hear me say it 1,000 times, so I'm blue in the face. Please write this stuff down. Writing it down is very important. I have, like, everything that I know I need to do, I write down. I make checklists. My checklist has a checklist. On all of my lists, it says, make sure you check your checklist. Everywhere there's a list. Everywhere there's something that I know that I have to do. Do that with your business. Like when you go grocery shopping. How many of y'all go grocery shopping with no list? Probably me. I have a mental list, which don't go grocery shop with a mental list. Don't do that. Do not do that. That is not a good idea. Don't do that. Don't run your business without a list. So, here's my advice to you. Whether you're new to the business, whether you're thinking about joining the business, whether you are contemplating leaving the business, write down why you started. Write down where you want to go. Write down what you want to achieve. Write down how you think you're going to get there. Write it down. Create a vision board. When I tell y'all, vision boards are very important because it is something that you can visually look at every day. And you can see, I was actually just looking for my vision board. I make vision boards every year and I couldn't find it just now. But you want it visual. You want it in your face. You want to be able to see it to be like, okay, this is what I'm working towards. Like there's a Post-it right here on my wall. It is on my paper that I got when I became a star consultant. And this says I'm going to become director by the end of the year. This goal is so hard. And it doesn't have what year. It just says by the end of the year. It could be this year. It could be next year. It just got to happen by December. Right? Why do I keep that there? It is on my certificate. It is on my letter that I got when I became a star consultant. It's my congratulatory letter. I promoted to star consultant. I think I promoted to star consultant last year. Or early 2020. I can actually tell you. And becoming star consultant was a little difficult. I became a star consultant May of last year. So I've only been a star consultant for a year. And a month. Only been a star consultant for a year and a month. So you will learn the levels of becoming a star, like what that means to say star consultant. It's just my level of where I'm at in the business, and what it took to achieve to get there and all that fun jazz. So what are we going to do today? We are going to go grab a pen and a piece of paper. And you're going to write if you want this as your business or you want this as a hobby. And then whatever you choose is fine. If you like, oh, I just want this as a hobby. I want to make a couple of extra dollars. I want to plan a vacation and I want my Scentsy commissions to go there. Awesome sauce. Write that down. If you want this as your business, put what you think this has to be to get you to be able to be a 9-to-5 dropout, as we love to call it. Whether you work a 9-to-5, 8 to 4, 3 to 11 or whatever. But y'all get it. You write that down. You write down how you think you're going to achieve that. Even put when you want that to happen. It's not a something that can happen. If you just you want something next year, this time next year to pay for your family vacation. Put how you think you're going to get there. It's doable. Trust me when I tell you it is doable. Have I reached it yet? Not yet. Am I going to get there? Of course I am. I work this business just about every day. Every day I'm having a conversation, something Scentsy related. It's just what it is. Because you have to. Like, this is my jam. Like, when I'm off, I do Scentsy stuff. When I'm supposed to be relaxing, I'm doing Scentsy stuff on my iPad in the bed. The only time I don't do Scentsy stuff is when I'm on a vacation or doing something with my daughter when it comes to her. That is when I unplug and I'm out of the office for the day or the weekend. But usually 99% of my day is Scentsy related. Watch all of the training videos that you could, guys. Utilize YouTube. Utilize your workstation. Utilize your sponsor. Utilize your upline. Utilize your director. Utilize everybody that is connected to you. Trust me. It is very important that you do that. Videos make it easier. That's why I make them. I'm very much a visual learner, and you can't tell me to do 3 things and just say this and this and this and expect me to get it. My brain like, what? But if you show me, and then I'm able to follow you, and then I get it. Fun fact, you should also study your catalog. Why? Because the catalog is where everything is. Your workstation is where all the current stuff is at. So if you know what's in your catalog, you know that we have a charitable cause, you know we have whiff boxes, you know we have all of the scents in the beginning, and then it turns into warmers, and it turns into this, and it turns into this. So if someone's like, your travel product, like your to-go items, what do you have for that? Think to-go, things that are unplugged, fragrance flowers, Scentsy Go Solid, stuff like that. Trust me, it took me a very long time to know the categories of products. And I'm still learning. I've just been doing this for a while. And I've been doing this every day. Every day I'm on my workstation. Every day I'm on my website. Whether I'm looking for what's sold out, I'm looking for what's new to come, I'm just looking for stuff I want to buy, I'm looking for stuff I feel like I need to buy, that I have to use, or the new scent that I didn't try yet that I really want to try and I can't wait to get it and put it in my room. Those are the things that I do. But I've also been doing this for quite some time. So, go grab you a pen and a piece of paper and write down what you want. Write down your goals. Write down your long-term goals and your short-term goals. I do short-term goals as 1, 3, and 6 months. My long-term goals is 6, 9, and 12 months. That's how I categorize it. And if you're wondering why I did 6 twice, because it's in the middle. So it's either gonna, because when you hit your 6 months, you should be stepping into your long-term goals. So you do 1, 3, and 6, or 6, 9, and 12. Do it like that. Write your monthly goals down, like how much you want in sales. It doesn't have to be a big number. I used to start with 200 PRV all the time. My goal, really, at one point, was just to be active. That was because I was still learning the business. So my goal was literally just to get 200 PRV. And that was because I didn't want to overwhelm myself with having to do things. And 99% of the time, because I'm so big on the products and I utilize it, I was basically buying the orders. My family was basically buying orders because we utilize it. Like now, everything in my house is done with Scentsy. My daughter's like, Mommy, I need Ajax. No, you don't. Here's some counter cleaner. Mommy, I need to do the dishes. Here's some dish soap. My daughter just can't use the soap in her bathroom because she has eczema. So we have to keep her away from scented stuff when it has to touch her body. But overall, Scentsy down. Scentsy. Please, guys, I do want you to be authentic when you are presenting yourself. Be very mindful what you're posting on your Facebook and your social media pages. Be yourself. Like, this is me. This is who I am. I just came home from work. I got some donuts I can't wait to go eat. I'm really excited about my donuts. And just be yourself. Like, don't be me. Be you. Don't be this person. Be you. I had to learn that I cannot be who I see. I have to be what works for me. With that being said, I'm going to hop off of here. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please let me know if you have any comments. I'm here for it. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great one. Bye-bye.